Today, we're matchmaking the top 10 of each division, how they should be made. Now, how it's actually made, there are some actual matches that have been made, and there's some matches that will be happening soon, as in the next month. But these are matches I believe should happen, that could happen, that I think are the right fights to make based on what I've seen. And there's a couple that are influenced by other people, but yeah. And I think I'm going to do 3 divisions per video, so this will be like a 3-part series. Yeah, so start flyweight. This is the least amount of matches made compared to the other divisions, because the other divisions have so much more happening versus flyweight. The top 10 is a fucking disaster. I yawned. First fight, Brandon Royval, number 1 contender. He's cleared out the division versus Brandon Moreno. See, I put this instead of the fight that's happening this weekend of Moreno-Urseg because I think Moreno's going to TKO Urseg based on the fact that Urseg lost his last fight to Kai Kara-France pretty handily. Not just a fluke overhand, but it was set up pretty well, and Moreno is just a different beast. These guys have fought twice already, but they're 1-1. With Pantoja winning the last one in early 24. Yeah, this would be an interesting matchup. Be pretty close. Moreno just didn't look like himself in their last fight. In the first fight, Moreno won. Second fight, Pantoja won. Or, not Pantoja, Royval won. As you see, I don't have a title fight in this division. I'll get there. But this is not a title fight. I'll have this as a number 1 contender fight. Well, these guys are both a number 1 contender. These are the 2 best guys in the division besides Pantoja. But they don't really have many other options to fight. And there's other fights that make more sense, that are way more entertaining. There's other fights that are more interesting matchups of skills and talent than having Pantoja and Royval and Moreno fight all these up-and-comers and just beat them for now. But going into the next fight, Amir Albazi. He just got a fight with Moreno. He got absolutely schooled by Moreno. Before that, he robbed Kai Kara-France. But he seems to have some sort of talent. What the fuck? So I'm saying give him a chance with Tatsuro Taira. I think this would be a very interesting grappling match. Tatsuro Taira fought Brandon Royval. Did very well in the grappling, just couldn't strike with Royval. Albazi is not the greatest striker. He has grappling, which is how he beat Kara-France, quotation marks, beat Kara-France. I think this would be a good matchup. The grappling situations would be very interesting, seeing force them to strike if they don't go to the ground, or seeing who engages in the grappling first, Tatsuro Taira or Amir Albazi. It's an interesting matchup no matter what, honestly. It's going to be grappling heavy, or it's going to be a brawl, or it's going to be really boring. I think it's going to be interesting because you have 2 guys who are predominantly grapplers. You got, I don't have a cursor, but you got Amir Albazi, who has the grappling, more like a wrestling focus, versus Tatsuro Taira, who has a jiu-jitsu focus. It'll be very interesting to see how these 2 match up. But this would be a good matchup. See, winner of this fights for the title. Winner of this fights the winner of the Royval Moreno 3. Yeah. Kai Kara-France and Manel Cap. This is a fight that should be happening. This is the fight that should happen. Don't give Kara-France a title shot because he beat Urseg in his last fight. Lost, I'm pretty sure. Give him. This is a money fight. This is an entertaining fight. These guys have beef. These guys have history. These guys don't like each other. These guys want the fight. Give them the fight. Don't gift Kara-France or Manel Cap a title shot. Have them fight each other, and the winner fights Pantoja. Neither Royval or Moreno can fight Pantoja, honestly. They're both down against Pantoja. I think you do Kara-France and Manel Cap for a title shot. Just, yeah, these guys don't like each other. There's heat. They don't like each other. They're feuding. This is a fight where they don't like each other. They don't want to see each other. Make them fight. Get a lot of views. Main event at a stadium. Or if you have to, because the UFC insists, do an Apex card. I don't think this is Apex birthday. I think this is better than Apex. I think this is, you sell a stadium where you put it. Co-main on a pay-per-view. Usyk versus Asu Almabayev. They were originally scheduled to fight each other. I think they should still fight each other. They're both coming off losses. And I'm assuming Steve Usyk's going to lose to Brandon Moreno. So that'll be 2 losses straight for him. Asu Almabayev got obliterated by Manel Kape. Yes, there was eye pokes. But at the same time, Manel Kape was still like, Asu Almabayev had nothing for Manel Kape. So put these 2 in there. Be interesting to see how Steve Usyk, who was able to handle Pantoja on the ground, can handle Asu Almabayev on the ground. And see if Asu Almabayev can handle the striking of Steve Usyk. I think that's an interesting matchup. That's a matchup that should still happen. Other than that, there's not many matchups you can make in the top 5 or in the top 10 that either haven't already happened or just don't make sense. Yeah. Moving right along. Bantamweight. We got 6 matchups here. I have 6 matchups that I'd like to see at Bantamweight right now. And this is going to be a bit more discussion than Flyweight, because Flyweight is just, yeah, good division. But outside the top 10, like the top number 10 through 15 is barren. And then you have the guys that aren't ranked that are good, and you have the guys that are 10 and up that are good. But it's just so many matches that have already happened or fights that just don't make sense. Merab Dvalishvili. I fucking hate this goblin. But he had a really good, entertaining fight against Umar that I think I scored it to Umar, but looking back, I scored it to Merab. 3rd round could be argued for Umar, but I understand why you don't. But Merab just got through his toughest test in the division. I think in a rematch, Umar with better cardio could beat him. The fight that should happen is Pantoja. The reason why I didn't have Pantoja on the flyweight panel. I think these 2 should fight. Merab, O'Malley doesn't deserve the immediate rematch. He had 1 title defense against Cheeto fucking Vera, who, if I'm right, was coming off a win over, I don't even know. There you go. Yeah. O'Malley does not deserve the immediate title shot after losing in a competitive fight, to be fair, against Merab. But it wasn't a split decision. It wasn't a draw. It was a unanimous for Merab. O'Malley's not a star like the UFC wanted him to be. I forgot O'Malley was a fighter or like a top level guy, honestly, for a while after he lost the belt. Like, his personality is dog shit. Okay. Merab versus Pantoja. I'm not going to get into O'Malley yet. Merab versus Pantoja. Both of these guys just brawl. Pantoja has BJJ that is on another level. Merab has unrelenting takedowns and wrestling and an unrelenting pace, but Pantoja just goes forward, and he has a chin, and he has power. He has good kicks. He has decent striking. He has good grappling. Merab doesn't have power. Merab only has cardio. His striking looks awful, and he just shoots takedowns. I don't think Pantoja is going to fear the takedowns. I don't know if he can defend them. But I think that if it goes to the ground, Pantoja can handle himself, and Pantoja would be willing to go to the ground with Merab. And I think Pantoja could find a submission against Merab. I can also see Merab just smudging him on the fence for 5 rounds, like you did the Petr Yan, and you just get Merab winning like 49. Because I don't see Merab winning a 50-45. I see Merab winning a 49-46 or 48-47 if he wins. And all 3 rounds that he wins would be smudging Pantoja against the fence, and I would assume it would be the later rounds, and Pantoja wins the first 2 just by doing more damage on Merab. But I think it's a good matchup. It's a matchup that should happen. Let flyweight recuperate build up some contenders. Don't force somebody into a title shot that they don't necessarily deserve. And don't give O'Malley a title shot or Petr Yan a title shot. Yeah. Sean O'Malley. I have a match for him. I did make a match for Sean O'Malley versus Petr Yan. Sean O'Malley versus Petr Yan 2 5-round main event. Or 5-round co-main event. This has to be a 5-round fight. There's no way. Because arguably Petr Yan won the first fight. Sean O'Malley's first gifted win. Petr Yan is on a 3-fight win streak now. Sean O'Malley's coming off a loss to Merab Dvalishvili. I don't want to see Petr Yan versus Merab right now. I don't want to see Sean O'Malley versus Merab right now. These two guys are high-level strikers. And Petr Yan has shown that he is elite when it comes to mixing it up. And he, beat up on Figgy. And he was able to mix it up well against Figgy and control Figgy, who has some great jiu-jitsu. I think Petr Yan versus Sean O'Malley, too, would be a great, awesome fight, as long as it's 5 rounds. That will show the difference in the growth of Sean O'Malley and Petr Yan from their first fight, and the differences that they can make potentially going into a fight with Merab, assuming Merab wins. Or Pantoja, if Pantoja wins, if you don't give Merab the rematch. I don't know. But I don't think one title defense gets you an immediate rematch for the belt. Unless you, dominated in both of those fights. Which, O'Malley schooled Chito Vera. And O'Malley knocked out Aljamain Sterling. But, Chito Vera isn't, was a number one contender. If Sean O'Malley went out there and knocked out Aljamain Sterling, and then in his next fight went out there and KO'd Merab or KO'd Petr Yan again, or dominated either of them in a rematch, like the way he did the Chito Vera, then absolutely give him an immediate rematch. But no, he didn't do that at all. He schooled Chito Vera, who wasn't deserving of the title shot, and yeah, it's just, I don't think Sean O'Malley deserves a rematch. Petr Yan is more deserving of a title shot, I would say, because he's on a 3-fight win streak right now. But I don't want to see him fight Merab again, because 1, I love Petr Yan, I hate Merab, and 2, Petr Yan, I don't know if Petr Yan can beat Merab based on how the first fight went. I don't know what changes Petr Yan can make to defeat Merab. But we'll have to see. I think we'll figure out who deserves a title shot more by having them duke it out in a 5-round main event or a 5-round co-main event. I can see this being a Houston card. I can see this being a co-main on December card. Put this in August, September. Yeah, great fight. Next up at Bantamweight, Umar, coming off a loss to Merab Dvalishvili. Song Yadong. Some people are calling for Song Yadong versus Henry Cejudo too. I don't know. I don't want to see that. It looked like Song Yadong was starting to pick up a pace and was getting the momentum in that fight. Song Yadong's been wanting this fight. This is a fight that should have happened in the past. It gives Umar, it helps us gauge. I mean, Umar's fucking elite. But it's just, it builds up Umar if Umar wins, and it builds up, solidifies that Umar is truly in that top spot in the division. And if Song Yadong wins, he finally gets his top 3 placement and finally gets the fight for a title and gets to be a top guy. Yadong's coming off the win to Cejudo too. I think this is just a good match to make. Stylistically, it's good, it's competitive. I would say Umar wins, but Song Yadong's still a dog, and he's still always going to make it a tough fight, always going to make it a hard fight, and I want to see Umar have to dog it out and, show some heart after that Merab win, and, if he can show heart and spirit after that and show that he worked on his cardio more, that great. I'd love to see an Umar versus Merab rematch. First fight, I thought it was a good fight. I thought it was an entertaining fight. And if Umar can go in there better than the first fight and handle the pressure and pace from Merab. I think Umar could be a champion. And also, if you don't give him the title shot, give him the loser of Sean O'Malley, Peter Yan. Peter Yan versus Umar, great fight. Peter Yan versus Song Yadong 2, great fight. Song Yadong versus Sugar Sean O'Malley, good fight. Umar versus Sugar Sean O'Malley, good fight. No matter what you get out of Song Yadong versus Umar and Sean O'Malley versus Peter Yan, you're going to get really good fights that are all high level, and everybody will be deserving of a fight. The winners for a title. This isn't like Sean O'Malley's lost his last fight. No. This is like these guys have all earned their way to the shot, coming off of a win in these fights in this scenario. Realistically, what might actually happen, which I hate, is going to be Merab versus O'Malley 2 in New Jersey on UFC 316, and realistically, going back to Flyweight, we're going to get Pantoja versus Car France on the same card. I don't like that. I think you should switch it up and you do Merab versus Pantoja on that card, and then you do O'Malley, Yan, Co-Main, or like a women's title fight, Pena, Harrison, Co-Main. Then you do the Sean O'Malley, Peter Yan 5-round feature fight. I think that's how you do that card. Big ass card there if you do that for 316 or whatever that card is. I think that's the fight to do. Corey Sandhagen versus Figgy. This is an already announced fight. This is on Fight Night Des Moines, Iowa. This was a fight. I mean, it's the fight that's made, but also this is a fight that should happen. Honestly, you could have done Figgy versus Cejudo. That would have been a great fight, just to see could Figgy have beaten Cejudo and just solidify some history for Flyweight. Figgy's a monster. He's got that one punch power. He's got good jiu-jitsu. He's got good ground game. He knocked down Peter Yan. He knocked down Chito Vera. He's got insane power. His striking is unique. He looks for that sniper punch. He's a sniper. He's not throwing big combos. He's looking for one-hitter quitters, but he doesn't just wait and sit. He does throw those punches, looking for punches. He's got good kicks. Corey Sandhagen is just smart, man. He's always looking for a good punch. He just knows what he's doing. He's too smart. No, Corey Sandhagen, he's good. He's very intelligent, but he's in his head too much. He's too neurological about fighting, but he's good. I don't know who wins this fight. I don't know. Corey Sandhagen, if he shows up how he did when he fought Peter Yan, I think that Corey Sandhagen could be a champion if that Corey Sandhagen shows up. The Corey Sandhagen that fought Peter Yan. But if he doesn't show up like that and he shows up like he did in the last couple fights, I don't know. He's been too technical lately. He's not fighting the same as he has been. If he goes out there and puts it all out there and like decides to duke it out, I think Corey Sandhagen can win this fight. If he's too patient and too technical and too in his head, I think Figgy can find the shots and just hurt Sandhagen and then just control him on the ground. I don't think Figgy's gonna knock out Sandhagen, but I can see Figgy putting Sandhagen on his ass and then just controlling rounds off of that. Just getting that one punch, put Sandhagen down, and then just holding him on the ground, or just making a technical fight on the ground. Getting in some grappling exchanges, throwing in submission attempts, just landing decent punches where Sandhagen's just not going to be able to do any work. But I do think Sandhagen will pick up the 4th and 5th round no matter what. Yeah. Next fight at Bantamweight, we got Chito Vera versus Mario Bautista. Another announced fight. Realistically, Mario Bautista wins, and I hate that, because I fucking hate what Mario Bautista did to Jose Aldo. If Chito Vera shows up how he did when he fought Rob Font, or how he did when he fought Dominic Cruz, or how he fought... what was another fight? He had Rob Font, Dominic Cruz, or... I Frankie Edgar, I think, well, Frankie Edgar fight isn't a good example because he was kind of losing that fight. But if he pulls out where he actually throws a good punch and throws the win and knockout, Cheeto Vera can win this fight. I can also see Mario Batista just trying to smudge Marlon Vera, and it's disgusting. I don't like this. I don't care for this fight. It's a fight that should happen. Yeah, because Cheeto Vera is just... If he shows up like how he did against Figgy, Mario Batista is absolutely winning this fight. I don't have much else to say. Cejudo versus Jose Aldo. Jose Aldo should not be fighting up-and-coming guys. He should be fighting legends in big money fights because he's at the tail end of his career and he's still putting up competitive fights against top contenders. He had a competitive fight with Petr Yan. He almost won the title. He almost got back to the title against Rob. He left the UFC temporarily so he can do some boxing fights, which he won. Comes back and he gets Jonathan Martinez, Mario Batista, and then whoever he's scheduled to fight right now. I don't care. He's going to beat that guy he's scheduled to fight right now. Give him Henry Cejudo. This is like, you have Triple C versus Jose Aldo. You have the former featherweight GOAT versus the former one of the best at flyweight, one of the best previously at bantamweight. If you have Henry Cejudo saying he wanted to go up the featherweight at some point, make this fight happen. This is just a fight that could have happened. This is a fight that should happen. Two former champs, two absolute legends. Okay, Henry Cejudo. I don't like Henry Cejudo, but what he's done in his career is pretty impressive. He's a legend, like it or not. Put him against Jose Aldo. This is a great fight stylistically. You have Jose Aldo, who's just a killer boxer on the feet. His leg kicks are insane. You got Henry Cejudo, who was looking good versus Song Yadong. He was looking fast. His boxing combos were good. His footwork, good. He's got the grappling. So, and you have Jose Aldo, the best anti-wrestler ever. This is a fight that would be great. It would be fun. It'd be entertaining. No matter what you do, I think this is a fight that should happen. Two guys, tail end of their careers, make it happen before they're gone. It should have been Jose Aldo versus Dominic Cruz, but then Dominic Cruz got injured and retired when he was scheduled to fight Rob Font. Like, why the fuck would you do that when you have Jose Aldo on the same card or whatever? Or it could have been Henry Cejudo versus fucking Dominic Cruz. Like, just rearranged, like, yeah, I don't understand why the UFC did that. UFC Seattle was amazing, however, though, so no complaints there. But make Henry Cejudo versus Jose Aldo. Realistically, Cejudo's calling for the Song Yadong fight. I don't think he's going to get it. They're going to give Henry Cejudo someone else. I don't know who else they'd give him. Because you have the champion, you got the number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, 7, 9, 8, and 11 contenders. Yeah, no, this is like the top 11 fighters right here. Right? Am I doing my math right? So you got 6. Yeah, you got 12 fighters here. You got some of the top 11 fighters in the division, plus Pantoja. Yeah, I don't know what else we do here in terms of fighters or fights, but these are the fights I think should happen. Realistically, we're gonna get O'Malley, Merab 2. What a shame. Jan Umar, good fight. It should be O'Malley Jan 2. We need to see a rematch before both these guys are done, because I can see Petr Yan losing another fight and just be like, hey, if I can't win another fight and get back to the title, what am I doing here? So get O'Malley and Petr Yan in there again before they're done with their careers. Yeah. And honestly, Petr Yan was winning that first one. I would pick Petr Yan again. He's looking good. He has the deepest bag in the UFC. He's one of the most well-rounded fighters. He is so good. And O'Malley is a sniper, good anti-wrestler. Yeah, it's just a good fight. I'm going to call the video here. I only got through 2 weight classes because it took me 30 minutes to get through 2 weight classes. Bantamweight's a fascinating weight class. Flyweight. Yeah. My next video, probably release it later this week. I'll work on it. is probably going to end up being featherweight and lightweight. I don't know. We'll see. I'll let the video out. We'll see. I have an Instagram account. I haven't posted anything on it. I'm still working on it. But, yeah, no. So, if you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe, post notifications if you want. I don't care. Whatever. I'm just here to make videos. I'm just tired of not having anybody to talk to about my opinions on the UFC because it's some bullshit in the UFC right now. After I'm done with these first few basic videos, I'm going to get into Jon Jones stuff. When I get to heavyweight matchmaking, I will get into Jon Jones and Tom Aspinall. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like, subscribe, whatever. I already said that. I don't care. Yeah. That's my matchmaking for flyweight and bantamweight. Realistically, most of these matches aren't going to happen, but that's how I think they should happen. Have a great day or night, guys, or morning, whatever. And yeah, see you guys later. Deuces.